there. Hi, Jose. I have my friend and colleague, Jose Davila, here. He is an amazingly talented dating coach. He coaches men to be more attractive and to magnetize their soulmate, to be more confident when dating. Is that right?
Appreciate the intro, Natalia. Yes, I help men to be more confident, to be their most attractive version so that they can date and attract the kinds of girls that they want.
That's beautiful. I love it. I love it. So today I invited you to come here and join us because I would love for the ladies to hear the perspective of a man and of a dating coach that specializes on coaching men on dating and relationships. So maybe we start with a few ways that you have seen that women could be more attractive for men, or some mistakes they make when they date, or something along those lines that you think it could help.
Yeah. So the first thing that comes to mind, right, is, I like like to tell stories. So when I tell a story, it's always going to include these examples of things that I've done, right? Because I like an anecdote. So when I think about some of the best dates that I've been on, the most attractive women to me have been very, very much in touch with their feminine. And you ask yourself, okay, like, what does that really mean? Right?
Yeah.
But when you're in touch with your feminine, you allow yourself to receive and to open up, right? And to allow the masculine to lead. So with women who I vibe with really, really well on dates, it's typically girls who have as much feminine energy as I do masculine. So we complement each other in that way. So when I'm around women who are of that feminine nature, it's intoxicating, right? And it's awesome. And that's the effect you really want, right? Because in the same degree, when you're a masculine guy, that's intoxicating to a woman, because you're like, fuck, that's like leadership, that's decisiveness, that's the kind of guy I want.
Yeah.
So an important thing to keep in mind is allow yourself to be into the feminine, to breathe into the feminine, not to force something to happen, just to be in it. Because when you can do that, you're allowing the masculine to lead, which is what we want anyways, right? We want you to, follow in behind us and to let us take care of things, because that's just naturally what we want. So it's important to step into the feminine and to allow us to do what we do best, right? Obviously, that's a huge core component, right? And on the other side, like, I think of girls who, I've been on dates on who haven't done that, right? Like, I, for example, like to tell girls, hey, I wear black a lot, right? Because I like black. And I'm like, wear something cute so we match. I remember this one girl in particular, Natalia. I tell her that, I send her that by text. It's a couple hours before our date. And she's like, well, a reminder that I can wear whatever I want. And I'm like, okay, you're not getting a second date. That's it right there. Because what that shows me is that she doesn't allow herself to really fall into the feminine frame, the feminine nature. And sure enough, right, she was a very sort of anxious kind of person on the date, right? You could tell she was a little bit of like uncomfortableness with how, sort of in my masculine I was versus her, and her feminine, she was a little bit more masculine. But the girls who like do really, really well, like who I vibe with really well, they say things like yes sir, like yes with the little monkey emoji, like they just put like kissy faces and like yes sir, shit like that.
Yeah, more humorous, more
right.
light-hearted.
Right, because it's like, it's a dance, right? It's a dance, and like playing the roles is like super important, because that's what polarizes the relationship. As soon as it becomes depolarized, then stuff starts to go sideways. So it's important that you step into the feminine. And I think that's one of the biggest things when it comes to dating. You want to make sure that you're stepping into your role, right? And to be lighthearted with it. I see this especially with like older women who, I've dated women who are older, but it's so funny because like I'll be on apps or something, and I'll see women who are in their 30s, maybe they have a kid, and they're like, my kid comes first. And then they have like this whole paragraph of like all these things that are like going on, and it's so serious. They're like, you need a job, you need a car, you need like all of these things.
Yeah.
And it's so serious, the profile. And then
Yeah.
at the end, they're like, if you can handle all that, then swipe right or something. But it's like so serious. It's like, whoa,
I
take a
know.
step back. Take a step back. Don't be so
Yes.
serious, because dating
Yes.
should be fun. But women,
Yes.
especially as they get older, because they realize like, hey, I want a guy, right? I've been focused maybe on my career a little bit. I've been focused on other things that I should have, you know, not been focused on, or maybe it was in a wrong relationship, right? Now I'm back in the dating field. It's important to be lighthearted with it.
Yes.
Because if you're serious with it, then there's so much like heavy energy to it. Like the whole date becomes an interview. Like, okay, where do you work? You know, where do you live? How many cars do you have, or kids, or whatever it is?
Yeah.
And then at the end, you can have fun. It's like, that's not the point. The point is to have fun first, and then, you know, later on, figure out all that other stuff.
Yeah.